tells a tale the whole city knows. Rhythms in the shadows where the cold wind blows. Life's a gamble on these streets, anything goes. Boom bap echoes through the alleys at night. Soulful samples lift the darkness to light. Deep kicks pound like a heartbeat fight. These gritty vibes keep my story in sight. Graffiti on the walls paint the struggle.
Welcome to the vlog today, guys. Today's gonna be very boring. I haven't been vlogging again for a while. I've been very busy. What are we doing today? Nothing on the car because we are waiting for some other stuff to come in. But I still have not done the walkthrough that I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna get to that, I promise. But before we do that walkthrough, we are waiting for new slicks. The slicks that are on here are old. And like a few other odds and ends. And then we're going to go racing. We are going to put, we have 12-inch, I think they're 275 QA1 springs on here right now with the strained struts. There's not a lot of movement there. So we're going to try and put 14-inch. I think we're going to go either something between a 200 and a 250 pound weight for the springs and try and get a little bit more travel out of the front end. But we're going to try and figure all that out. Hopefully we're going to do that soon. And then we want to take it to Gimli and test it out. But before we do that, we're going to put a winch on the quad. So I got a winch a while ago for my Polaris 450HO. And I have had this winch for a while. And I just have not mounted it. And I figured, you know what? I finally got the mount in. Amazon took forever, but I think this will work. Just an Amazon special mount, but I don't even know what brand it is, to be honest. I just made sure it's gonna be something that was actually gonna fit. And according to the reviews, it does the thing, and that's all I need. So, we got our bolts, and it is a Champion 3,000 pound winch we're going to put on, which should be more than enough for anything that we need on the quad. So that when we go riding with some friends, and maybe this year I'll do a couple of videos of, maybe I should get a GoPro. And then we can do some trail riding videos when we go with Jamie, when we try to follow in his dust when we go to Woodridge, if the fires are ever going to stop, because that's a lot of fun. But yeah, so I'm going to unbox the winch and then I'm going to start mounting the winch in the bracket. And once that's all done, the quad's outside right now. So I haven't decided. It's kind of a nice day, so I might even just mount the winch on the quad outside. But yeah, so maybe this will work out for me. Maybe not. We're going to find out. So let's do it. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a little bit of a dork when it comes to stickers. I tend to kind of go overboard on stickers a little bit. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten a full wrap yet for my car. Tony, if you're watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna wrap this thing soon. Anyway, yeah, like I'll do random stickers. And there's one right down there. It's kind of blurry. Focus. And yeah, there's not a lot on the side, but my back window's got some stickers. And so is my engine bay. But anyway, totally off topic again. I'm gonna blame Tony again if he's watching the videos. He might be, I don't know. Tony, if you're watching the video, say hi in the comments. I want to know you're actually, watching my once a year videos. Anyway, they sent with stickers. Instant like. I didn't buy it for the winch. I bought it for the stickers. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here again. I'm going to actually start doing some work now. All right, so got the hook on here already. The bracket's on and the rollers are on. Best thing I would suggest is put the roller on first because you got to get these guys on. So do that first and then put your winch on. And then there's just 4 bolts underneath. And now we get to take this cover off, and then behind there is where we're gonna mount this guy. So gonna do that next. In case you're wondering, yes, I am recording in the dark because it took a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to, but I am going to wrap this up for today, and tomorrow I'm going to come back and I will kind of explain to you what I all did to install the winch, but it is on, so that's good news. But yeah, for you it's gonna be like a second, but I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll show you tomorrow when I get home from work. Okay guys, it is the next day. For you it's a couple seconds, for me it was a long time. So I'm gonna run through kind of what I did to get everything all finished up and wired and mounted. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what I did. All right, so for starters, this is my relay pack. So this was the best spot for me to mount it. It wasn't in the way of anything. I could still have all my storage, and it was kind of a good spot to have all the wires. Now, as far as the relays go, I don't really need to explain that very much. Everything is color coded, so there's a little marker they put on the ends of the threads. So yellow goes to yellow, black goes to black, blue goes to blue, red goes to red. Self-explanatory. And then with this wire, this is the wire for the switch itself to go to the relay. Again, very simple. So yeah, just match the colors. I did run everything through these grommets here, so that was pretty simple. I put my power wire through this side because the positive is over here, and then this one is the one that goes to the switch, and then I put the ones that go down to the winch on this side because that's the side where the wires come out of the winch, and then the negative goes through there and then underneath here and then to the battery itself. Now I might zip tie some of the, like maybe the negative and maybe the positive one yet. At some point I'm going to go underneath yet and kind of see how loose they're looking, but they were decently snug, so at the time I didn't really do much with it. I haven't done much organizing with the wires. I might do a little bit of zip tie work here yet, but for now it's just those wires are kind of underneath there, these wires are kind of underneath there, so nothing too fancy, just a way to kind of make them a little bit neater and out of the way. And then for the switch cord, it's actually running underneath here, and I took this off and actually ended up taking this off, which is very easy. This is just torque screws. There's actually, I can show you, I'll get this guy closed up, get stuff out of the way. So you got your torque screws here, you got your torque screws right, yep, that was in the way. Put your torque screws right there. So you take those off, and then this cover comes off, and then you can see all your wiring behind there. Kind of gives you a nice way to kind of tuck everything up. I had extra wires, so I just kind of bundled it up nicely so I wasn't going to be wrecking any of the wires, and zip tied them together and then onto one of the bars on there. That way it's going to be out of the way. Always make sure when you do that though, I think you can kind of see the wires down here. The one for the winch, see if we can get to actually focus on what I needed to. Yeah, it's kind of working. But yeah, the one for the winch is like right here. So it's coming down. Always make sure you have enough so that when you're turning, you don't want to pull the wire out. That's very important. And then the wire is just, like I said, it's going into here, and then I have it just nightly. It's nicely organized in there, and then I just have it zip tied here, and then I just tightened up my switch there, and then it's just sitting right close to where my throttle is. So that's pretty much it for up top for all the wiring, what I did there. Now here, I did have to do with this mount, this is just an Amazon mount, but I did have to do a little bit of trimming. I might have to do a little bit more yet, but I had to do some trimming to kind of make it sit in place where it needed to be going. There's the winch. So like I said, it's color coded, very simple. There's only 2 cables that go to the winch itself. And then from there, all I did was zip tie to the frame over there. And then, like I said before, up through the grommets. So fairly simple. When it comes to this mount, you want to use the holes that are closer to the front, not the ones closer to the back. If you go to the front, or sorry, to the back, then you end up hitting your front diff, and you don't want that. So you need a little more clearance that way. It will make it a bit of a pain to change the fluid on your front diff, because, I'll see if I can see it here. Yeah, you can't really see it from here. But the bracket itself actually sits close to where your fill hole is. So actually, I think that might be the drain. Either way, one of them, it's in the way. So when you're doing services, you might have to actually undo these and then pull it away, which isn't really that big of a deal. It's 4 bolts. And then for taking this cover off, this is another thing you need to do. There is Torx bolts underneath that are right in here. And then there's also 2 bolts that are, there's one there. If I'm even pointing, it's right bright, I can't actually see what I'm pointing at, but yeah, there's one there and there's one over there. So then this comes off, and then this guy comes with it, but this is just clipped in here, so super easy. And then to take that cover that's here, there's actually a spot that's removable. There's actually a cover on here. That's just like those little plastic tabs that come out. So very simple, very easy. I'd say the most difficult part about the whole install was probably making sure that the nuts and the bolts were actually going to work properly with where the relay was sitting, which it was a tight spot to get underneath to get the bolts through, but it all worked out. I actually ended up getting my daughter to help me with it because her hands are a lot smaller than mine, and it worked out really nicely. So if you have any little minions, they'll help you out. So thanks for watching the vlog today. Hopefully you guys have yourselves a good day, and like always, live for race. Peace.